I'm pleased to say I'm joined by the newly crowned WDF Men's World Champion Neil Duff. Thanks for the time, Neil. How you doing?
How you doing, Al? Yeah, good to be on with you again. Never get tired of the sound of that there, the introduction. Always been champion of the world. It's a bit surreal, but yeah, I'm looking forward to being used a lot over the course of the next year or so.
I was going to start off with that. I mean, have you got tired yet of being introduced as a world champion?
Not a chance. No one will ever get tired of that there. I'll be looking forward to the first exhibition or the first stage event where I'm actually called in, introduced as a world champion. Listen, that's what I worked for. That was the goal. That was the dream. And now that I've got it, I'm going to milk it for all it's worth.
Fair play. Well, we're talking on this Thursday afternoon. You've only just got back to Northern Ireland yesterday, the first few nights of the week, Monday and Tuesday. You've been on the road. What have you been up to since you won the title?
We left the Lakeside Monday morning. Came up to Haydock. Had to spend the night in Haydock with a bit of promotion stuff to do there. But my manager and my sponsor was with me. We're all knackered and I think emotionally and physically drained. So we had a nice meal and an early night, and then we headed up. Then on Tuesday morning to Glasgow, we called in with Anthony Dundas and his work. Had some lunch, got a few photographs done there, and then I had an exhibition in the Drum G in Airdrie. It's a Glasgow Rangers supporters bar. That was amazing. The local team that plays on a Monday night came down, and I played a few games with them, and Andy Gorham, the goalie, called in, and a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends in that part of the world. So we had a few drinks and a good catch up, and it was actually nice. It was nice to unwind. The last week it's been a lot of pressure with the darts, so it was nice just to stand there and have a few games and have a laugh and mess about a wee bit. Yeah, it was great. But we came home yesterday. I wanted to get home to the family, and I wanted to get home and just try and settle back into some sort of normality again. Definitely.
Well, let's rewind back to when we last spoke. It was about 3 weeks before the Lakeside. You just won out in Slovakia. You then hit that 113 average in county darts. You won the Northern Ireland Gold Cup. Could the preparation have gone any better heading into the World Championship?
No, absolutely not. No, I was ready. In fairness, I was ready in December, January. But it being postponed and moved until April, I had to take it as an opportunity just to refocus and a bit more practice and try and tighten up my short game, my set-up play, my doubles. So yeah, but I've been playing what I've been playing here. I've got the confidence where I can walk into any competition and I'll just take a look around and go, no, there's no one beating here today. And I've been able to transfer that to the stage play. The Lakeside was always going to be nervy, and how I would deal with that. So kind of from the interviews not there, you've seen that I was quite brash and cocky, but that's what I had been working on. So going into it, I was 100% ready. I had no doubt in my mind. I was quite vocal about it that I was going to win it because I knew I had put the work in, and I knew I was ready to do it.
Yeah, we definitely saw that confidence on show, and I know you mentioned in some of your interviews last week you were surprised to be 25-1 with the bookmakers to win Lakeside. I don't know if you saw Wayne Mardle got on you at 33-1. There was a lot of players playing in their first World Championship, and it did feel like a wide open event, but yourself, you were confident of going all the way.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Wayne. I actually was at an exhibition with them in Rossbray a few weeks ago, and they had like a Q&A afterwards, and someone had asked who to fancy for the Lakeside. Wayne told me I wouldn't win it. I wasn't going to win it. Well, he didn't say I wasn't going to win it, but he didn't think I was going to win it. I think he's got an interest with young Connor Scoot, and he had kind of tipped him. But listen, you go to a horse race, the horse doesn't know what price it is. You just got to go and do your thing regardless of what's going on in the background. I was surprised and kind of almost insulted that it was 25-1 with winning the pentathlon, with winning the national singles in Slovakia, but also like Scotland, Isle of Man, Wales, Denmark. I wasn't out of the quarterfinals you know what I mean? I was always thereabouts. So I find it a little strange that where they were getting these odds from. But again, I said it on one of the interviews that I hope the bookies paid the price for it, because someone wasn't doing their homework.
Definitely not. Well, speaking of, Wayne, I saw you posted a picture of you two at an exhibition. It might have been the one that you just mentioned, and you said that you wouldn't do the beer mat trick again. Can you explain that one to us?
Kind of work with the exhibition work. We mess around and try and make it fun for the guys that are there. And you're not always going to be playing big players. You're not always going to be playing strong players. But I do this thing where I cover the double. When I go down to the double, I cover the double with a beer mat. And I missed it by about 3 inches. I almost missed the beer mat. But I done it a couple of times on Tuesday night in Glasgow, and it paid off. So, but that's the sort of thing that any crowd at any exhibition wanted to see. And he gave me a hard time about it, so he did.
Good stuff. Well, let's look back at your run to the world title, and you start off with wins against Justin Thompson, one of the PDC tour card holders, Nick Fulwell. But I've got to mention that the quarterfinal with Jim McEwen, 3-0 down in sets. You survive match starts and you win 4-3. How much belief did you take away from a win like that?
I watched it this morning, so I did. I've seen clips and bits and pieces of it, but it was a funny old game. It was a game of two halves, really. But looking back on it, I wasn't playing bad. I didn't play bad the first couple of sets. I think Jim took his chances. I had a few scrappy darts, but at no point did I think I was out of it. At no point did I even think that I was defeated. Yeah, I dodged a couple of bullets. I absolutely did. But I knew after when I went 3-0 down what I had to do. And I went out and I think I banged, 10 or 11 180s in them 4 sets. Got myself back into it, but it was probably, rather than go out and the way I done with Justin and win straight sets, it was a good learning experience for me. It got me more acclimatized to the stage to go into my next match, and it shows in the next match, because when I played Richard Veenstra, I was a far better player. The Veenstra match, when it's watched back, or when anyone that watched it, that's whenever people start to see, yeah, this guy is capable of winning this here, you know.
From 2-2, you win 3 straight sets to knock out Richard Veenstra, get to the final. I know Sunday was an important birthday in the family, but what was it like for you waking up on that Sunday, getting ready to play in a world final? I kind of brain trained myself that it's not a final, it's another match. It's not a semi-final, it's another match. It's another day's work. Like from the start, I knew, and I said that I would be there on Sunday, but I had to look at it like it was one step, and it was the next step, and it was the next step on to hit the target, to hit the goal that I want to achieve. So yeah, Saturday night we had a pretty quiet one. By the time we got back, it was quite late, so I got up Sunday morning, my usual, had a bath just to keep the joints, keep the muscles nice and soft, you know, and I took my wife and my daughter down. We went down to the Working Men's Club and got a bite to eat, one thing or another, and just tried not to start overthinking the final, or thinking about the crowd, or thinking about the stage, or the heat, or the tempo of the game. So just, and then I went up to the room, had an hour and a half to myself, then met up with my sponsor and my manager, and we talked our game plan. And I'm sure the game plan wasn't to go 2-0 down against Thibaut Tricol, but you came back superbly, and our co-host on this show, Burton DeWitt, he crunched the numbers, and after the 4th or 5th set, you were averaging 93 for the rest of it and 97 for the last 4 sets. So what clicked, or did you just think that maybe it took you a little bit longer to get settled into that occasion of world final?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it just took me a little bit longer, where Thibaut kind of hit the ground running. Again, I missed a few chances. I think the first 2 sets were straight sets against me, but after when I went we went 2 each, then I went 3-2, And I knew then, I still wasn't out of it. I wasn't playing great, but I knew I wasn't out. And my manager says, pick up the pace. And it's the same as what I'd done with Jim McGeown. Once I started throwing a little quicker and with more rhythm, then the high scoring, the power scoring started. And I knew then that I was going to get really back into the game again, you know.
Yeah, it was a great final, and you win the last set 3-0. Can you describe what that feeling's like? That tops goes in and you are announced as a world champion.
You know, listen, it's like Jim. It was like Jim on Friday, and you'll always hear people saying the hardest double is the last double. But I didn't think of it that way. I was kind of, once I got my nose in front, broke him in the first leg. That was me. Hold through. All I have to do is hold through twice, and I'm a world champion. So I held through, and yeah, I think he had a crack at double 12, I think, in the last leg. So, but I think I knocked the 171 before my set-up play, but he was on 50. Took an extra few seconds, took a drink of water, just got myself mentally prepared for it. As always, when you leave yourself 50, it's make sure the big number first. You don't want to start messing around and have to chase around the board just to get yourself a shot at a double. The first dart was a peach, and at tops was a peach. Just where any dart player wants to put it, if they're not going to hit it, I didn't want to go under. Put it just above the wire, and then use it on the third dart, and it went perfectly.
We've seen in the past when players have won titles or big matches on TV, they've thrown whatever darts they've got left in their hand across the stage. You'd used all your darts, so your glasses go flying. Are they all right?
Yeah, they're okay. They needed replaced. Again, because I've been using them in their internet case and that there all week, the legs have kind of buckled a wee bit, and a lot of the times through the match I was having to just to push them up to the bridge of my nose slightly. So I think, honestly, my train of thought, I don't know why I did it. I think subconsciously I knew that I was going to be emotional, so the glasses had to come off anyway. But yeah, Nick Rolls, he came across the stage and picked them up for me and made sure I got home with them.
Good stuff. Well, when we first spoke at the World Masters 2019, you told me the story of you sleeping on your manager's floor with tiles around you after a week at Lakeside. Are there any stories that you can share from the hotel?
Not really. Well, I slept in the manager's floor again on the first Sunday night we arrived. We were supposed to have 2 rooms, but they only had the one available on the Sunday night, so we had got a family room, so the sponsor took a bed, my manager took a bed, and I slept on the floor. It really does seem to suit me, but once I got my own room, then I was able to relax more and prepare more. But all in all, it was been a brilliant week. We sat in the hotel with one of the Canadian guys and a couple of the New Zealand ones, and had a good laugh. Richard Ashton and Pup and all the rest of the guys were all fantastic. They really put you at ease, and we had a few good nights in the hotel. Karaoke was going, and yeah, listen, the WDF, there's a family thing to it. We all kind of work together, and I said it at the start, kind of middle of the week, that you almost feel as if the Lakeside, that it pulls that family just that wee bit closer together, because it doesn't matter like who you are. Richard Vince and his wife come up and give me a hug before we went on. You know, I don't know, warms the heart a wee bit, you know, and they're all a great bunch. That's what makes the Lakeside a lot wee bit special for me.
Yeah, it definitely comes across, and I felt that when I was there for the first weekend. And back to you, we spoke before about you being a latecomer to darts in your 30s. When you moved back in with your parents, you played for your dad's team, and now you're the first world champion from Northern Ireland. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means everything to me. It means everything that I've ever worked for. That was the plan. It's everything to me. It's that I could do it for my daughter. That knowing that all my family and my friends and all, I mean, I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for the people of my town. They've been unreal. They put banners up around the town hall, and we have a bit of a homecoming party in the bar on Saturday night. Yeah, it's been awesome. Like, so it has. But now I'm a world champion. I want to be a good world champion. I want to go out. I'm not slacking any. I'll still work. I'll work as hard. The things that have been coming in the last few days, there's going to be a lot of travelling and a lot of work ahead of me. And I'm relishing the fact that's my next goal, is to be a good world champion.
Definitely. Well, you touched on it there. We should mention it is going to be a busy rest of the year for you as the world champion, and of course you're still juggling work with the darts. What are the plans? How are you going to juggle the two of them together this year?
Over the last couple of years, I've kind of worked to play. Now I'm in a very fortunate position where I can pick and choose where I'm going as far as the WDF tour is concerned. For me, the darts will come before work now. I'm financially stable, and having that trophy, there's a lot of money to be made while you've got that title, and I need to work on that there and get out there and get as much of it as I can. With holding that title, the opportunities comes along as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making that my work for the next 12 months. And yeah, it's going to be crazy, but I have the support of a great family, and yeah, I'll do bits and pieces of work whenever I can. I'm not trying to want to get one of these guys that can lie in bed to 10 o'clock or stand and play darts for 7 hours practicing, because that's not me. My routine will never change. Even this week, the past week at the Lakeside, and my manager tells me off for it, but my body clock is set. I get up at 5 to 6 every morning. So I'll get up and I'll get dressed and I'll go for a walk. I'll come back and I'll have a coffee, and this is all before anyone else gets up. So they're giving off because I'm up back in the ring. Right, guys, we're going for breakfast. The team's still lying in bed. It's just me. It's what I do. So if I'm here and I'm in between competitions or travelling, I'll be working.
Good to hear. Well, you'll also be turning 50 this summer. Any plans yet on how you're going to celebrate that one, especially as you are going to be world champion when it comes around?
I don't make plans. I'm not really a big birthday person anyway, so I'm not. But I know the family are arranging a bit of a do and stuff like that there, you know. But after that, we'll see. We'll do a few of the seniors tour series. We've got another few things. I'm not going to mention too much until the press release for them. But yeah, I'm very lucky because my birthday falls in July and it's kind of during the holidays, so we get a chance to relax. We've got a house down in County Fermanagh on the lake, and we go down there. Everybody quite laid back. But, seniors tour, but Modus. I've got Modus before next month, and then a few of the WDF and Scotland next weekend, Wales, Holland, a couple of the ones that I've never done that I wanted to do, Bruges and Belfry and places like that there. Yeah, it's still going to be busy enough.
A busy time. And lastly, before we let you go, I know it's only been a few days since you won the Lakeside, but I'm sure you've been asked a few times now about the PDC and Q School. Is that something that you've got your eye on for next year, or is it still too early and you're going to think about it near the time?
I think for me it's too far down the road. There's other options out there. We said we would have a couple of days off, then we regroup with my management team, and there's a long way to go. If it hadn't have been, the Lakeside hadn't have been postponed, rescheduled, I would have been there this year. With the turn 50, there's a lot of money to be made on that seniors tour. I think I could put a dent in it. Never say never. The big thing before that there is to defend my title, and that's something that when it becomes October, November, December, that will be the prize for me, and that's where all my focus and attention will go to. What happens after that there, you'll just have to wait and see.
We'll be looking forward to it, and yeah, as you say, plenty of options for you for the rest of the year now, and congratulations again on becoming the world champion, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate it.